Today I want to talk about an interesting build for Cinderace, which emphasizes on risky gameplay. I'm putting all of my bets into offensive stats. As you can see from the held items, I run Razor Claw, Muscle Band and Scope Lens. And it's a Masters game, I'm going straight to jungle. The thing I like about this build is that you can do so much damage. But the trade-off is that you have to remember Cinderace is very squishy as a Pokemon in general, and this is going to make him even squishier. So if you want to try this build yourself, I highly recommend you to play with someone that can peel for you. I think the best buddy to have is actually Blissey because of her abilities given. So I clear out the jungle, I head to level 5, there is some action going on, I want to help this Crustle, and this Talonflame got a little bad position, so we are going to capitalize on that. We're gonna make that nice depot for Crustle. Since I don't have Score Shield, I decided not to try Score. So 850 the bees are going to spawn. We want to secure as many of these as possible, because especially if you play jungle, you want to get as many last hits as possible. You really need to get that XP advantage early on, and then you start popping off with this character. I've had so much fun with Cinderace, with the Pyro Ball Flame Charge build, and you are going to see in this game the real potential of this build. So much damage with these 3 held items. And with Razor Claw, you want to remember that it has a 2-second internal cooldown. You can also see at the bottom right that little icon that's gonna pop off, which is going to mean that, oh hey, the next auto attack is going to be that boosted attack. So ideally, if you want to maximize your DPS, you want to have a little delay between using the abilities, but some situations don't just allow that. So first you want to prioritize your positioning and survivability aspect, and then start to think about the DPS. But I'm just keeping my position here, and you can already see in this fight that this build, my goodness, the damage is insane. So I'm really liking this so far. I've had more experience with Blaze Kick and Feint, like over 150 games, so this is not necessarily on my repertoire, going with Flame Charge and Pyro Ball, but because of the patch 1.2 changes, it just seems to be the more viable option right now. And the damage is really insane. Look at this Talonflame, got so behind. Masters, by the way. Yeah, 4 levels behind, and I'm still able to pick him up super fast. Against that War Total, I should have used the Unite move. I gotta be honest, I hesitated not to use it for some reason. So I'm pretty sure I could get that pick. Because now the Dreadnought fight was riskier, we were still able to pick this one up, which is great. I have this bad tendency to sometimes save my Unite move too much, but you want to really find that balance when it's appropriate to use the Unite move and when it's not. Usually if it's a team fight revolving around especially Dreadnought and even sometimes Rotom, it's totally okay to use the Unite move, as long as the clock is not near towards the 200, because you also want to have ideally the Unite move available for Zapdos. I tried to steal this Rotom with the Pyro Ball, but it's going to miss. And you can see here, my position was a little greedy, and they're just instantly able to get me with their cooldowns. So I kind of wasted the Unite move. I wanted to try and make a fight, but they were more prepared than I was. That's okay, I'm just going back to farm. I'm still pretty healthy on the level side of things, so just want to emphasize on that huge damage by taking out the extra Audinos over here. And since there is no Dreadnought nor Rotom, just go for that extra farm and you should be good to go. But you can see the damage is really good. And the team actually isn't really ideal for Cinderace, because we have Greninja, which is okay, and Talonflame, but the point is that we're just really squishy. I have to play even extra careful, and you've been able to see from a couple of the mistakes I've already done in this game that my positioning has been a little bit too aggressive. I'll admit that for sure, but I'm here to learn as a player, improve from my mistakes. It's very important if you want to be good in this game that you can also watch yourself in the mirror and actually stop and think about sometimes that, why did I lose that game? What happened? Like, analyzing your own VODs is so important. So you want to keep in mind of that as well. So we get the Dreadnought and getting this Blastoise as well. Talonflame might get away. I'm doing a little poke on this Wigglytuff and it's doing a lot of damage. I started poking this Garchomp. You can see that damage. But he's gonna use the Unite move, and I decided not to use my own because the clock is relatively close to 200 and Garchomp shouldn't technically have his Unite move ready for the Zapdos fight now that he used it against me. So the better trade-off was just to die there, even though they got some points in the bottom lane. But the first goal is something that you don't want to stress about too much. It's completely fine to get some points through. So I'm not really worried at this point, even despite the fact I did some mistakes here and there, so no worries. Everything is good. So they're able to get this Rotom. I'm again a little late trying to steal it, but that's completely fine. Rotom isn't end of the world if you lose that. It's going to apply the pressure to your team, but Dreadnought is just way more important. I'd rather take 2 Dreadnoughts than 2 Rotoms for sure. And they overextend, so we're gonna make this fight back. We're gonna pick up this Talonflame and Blastoise, and I'm approaching these other people as well, making that poke from the safe distance. Zeraora even gets caught as well, so we had a nice little fight there. They were not able to capitalize this Rotom. That's a good fight. Dreadnought is about to spawn one last time, so I decided, hey, we have enough time. If I go here, we can make this happen. We can get this Dreadnought. So I'll go here, and Crustle coming as well, which is nice. We're able to secure this. There seems to be no contest around the Dreadnought. Easy secure. And our Talonflame is having this interesting fight, and let's see what's gonna happen. I use my Unite move to keep distance from this Zeraora, and that's actually fine. Just rather use the cooldowns than die just prior to Zapdos. You don't want to hesitate. Even if you have to use your Unite move, you rather want to use it instead of not using and then dying, and then it's too late. This Talonflame is kind of split, and you can see that monstrous damage. What is going on? He's actually trying to recall this bush, but I said no. I know you're gonna stay there. I saw you went to the bush. It's not gonna happen. I'm gonna stay and fight with. So, keeping my position, I'm kind of badly sandwiched here. So I'm leaning towards the right, and I'm trying to get the Unite move up, but it's 90%. Yikes, that's bad, that's bad. So the issue was here that the enemy team was more organized, even despite the fact Talonflame had a bad position, and our teammates are just getting caught one by one. A lot of players seems to have these problems around Zapdos, which is really sad because Zapdos is very important, but I can also understand the fact that we're not communicating, we're not in Discord or anything, we're just 5 random people having some fun in the solo queue. But the general knowledge of the Zapdos encounter seems to be problematic for a lot of people. Sure, I did some mistakes as well, but damn, look at this guard jump. Gonna have this 1 versus 1. The damage on this build is nuts. Look at that, no chance on this guard jump. I'm just able to secure the pick and get these 100 points. I know it's not going to be enough, but the point of this video wasn't to be like a pop-off montage. It's more of like a learning lesson, in a way, that I wanted to test this build, and I think this build has potential, but you have to be careful how do you position yourself in order to find that balance between offense and defense. But if you can find the balance and keep your positioning while doing a lot of damage, you can be so effective with this build. And that was the point of the video I wanted to showcase today. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you found this video enjoyable, a thumbs up would be appreciated. So, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.